Welcome back to the Average Kitchen. Mark here with a C. We are doing a awesome review today of a brand new product. We've never dabbled into the Insta line of products. This is the brand new Insta Indoor Grill and Air Fryer. They say true charcoal flavor without the smoke. I don't know. We've got it preheating on air fry. You'll see it has a status bar. It's the first time we've used this, so I don't know how long it's gonna take. It has a status bar much like the Ninjas do now for the preheat. I'd say we've been probably preheating it for about 3 or 4 minutes, Jamie. Is that pretty accurate? I'm a little pessimistic with this giant window here that you could see your food. How long is it gonna take for this to be a complete blackout mess? I don't know. The other thing you're probably noticing is some new swag, some new merch from our new merch store. Check it out. Jamie put a link in the description. Some really cool stuff. We're rocking the Average Kitchen gear. We're pretty excited. It's telling us to add our food. So I've just got some jalapeno poppers here, frozen. All right. So you'll see that it's got this different style technology of this cone in the middle. I suspect that that's to try to help circulate air through the food. My first thought was, as far as design goes, is that it really takes up a big chunk of your square footage, for the lack of better terms. It says actually on the box, cook up to 4 burgers. Well, in my view, of a grill of this size, I would think you should be able to do more than 4 burgers, but that's what it says. By looking at it, I would say it's right. It's in the 4 corners, there's nothing down the middle. So a grill this size to only be able to do 4 burgers, I don't know how I feel about that, but let's give this 8-10 minutes. I think the timer was set at 18 minutes. So let's give this some time to cook and let's come back and have a look at it. So the Insta Indoor Grill and Air Fryer that claims it has true charcoal flavor without the smoke is the only indoor grill with the odor ease filter to remove up to 30% of odors. It comes with, in my opinion, a very moderate book as far as the quality. It does have some cook timetables, but we've become accustomed to other products that we've reviewed, like Ninja does a really, really good job, which really gives you some great literature. The book is just okay. However, the price point is, I think, pretty fair. $149 US, which is probably like $5,000 Canadian. If you're Canadian, you'll get that joke. It's probably quite a bit less than a lot of the other grills, the COSORI, the Ninja. Jamie will probably put links to those reviews that we did. So we've really got good feedback on a lot of our videos where we're doing the decibel test on these products. And there was 1 or 2 videos that we didn't do the decibel test and people were all over us. So my first initial sort of thoughts on this is it's very quiet and we're in the air fry mode, which tends to always be the loudest. So basically what it's showing is, according to the app that Jamie has on his phone, it's the equivalent of a quiet conversation. That's pretty reasonable if you have this in a kitchen, especially if you have a large open space. I mean, you're gonna notice that it's on, but barely. So we're 10 minutes into the cook and you can see, Jamie made a great observation that the browning on the cream cheese appears to be on the outside perimeter, but it does seem to be, as far as the bacon goes, a real balanced sort of cook on the bacon all throughout. We got a little bit of bubbling here and there, but right now it's actually super cool to be able to just look in and see the progress rather than opening and closing your lid and losing your heat and having to sort of get it back up to temperature. It's pretty neat to be able to see it. We did not talk about yet, here is your actual grill. Even though this is a pretty good size, the grill actually isn't massive. Like, could you put a burger, 4 burgers here? Yes, you could. But if you had a big honkin' steak, you're not putting it in here. There's no way. But if you had a big T-bone, you're not putting it on that grill. All right, so I think we missed it. Jamie rushed to get the camera on. It was telling us to turn food with this unique chime. I actually think that the cook is done. So we're gonna pop our lid open here. You can hear the bacon sizzling. Then we're just gonna carefully pull those off. My buddy Jamie here, who finds ketchup spicy, is definitely not gonna try one of these today, as he is not a spice guy at all. He likes the Spice Girls, but he's not a spice guy. I'm on the fence right now if I'm gonna kind of pull a lazy move and not clean this. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna be lazy because that is the air fryer grate that you see here needs to come out and the grill needs to go in order for us to grill a couple marinated chicken breasts. So I'm gonna get a pair of gloves, pull that out, get our grill in and get that starting to preheat. We're gonna get that grill in here like this. We're gonna close our lid, grill. It's preheating again, as you can see. Now I see this L5. I guess I would have to look in the book. Jamie took a quick look through the book and it appears L5 is 500 degrees. So that's normally, Fahrenheit I should clarify, that's normally where I would kind of barbecue, or as our American friends call it, grill, on an outdoor barbecue in and around that 500 degrees Fahrenheit range, so that's pretty good. I did not spray or do anything this grill. It should be non-stick. I think the avocado oil will help with that as well. So we're gonna wait a few more minutes for that to preheat. In the meantime, let me try one of these. It's great. The bacon's perfect. The jalapeno, ooh, that was a spicy one. Jalapeno still has a little bit of texture. Obviously it's a little on the soft side. Cream cheese. I love that little bit of char on the outside of that cream cheese. Great. So we're still waiting for the grill to preheat. We're probably maybe 5 minutes in here, but I just thought, is there any sound difference between the grill mode and the air fry mode? So check it out. So the timing of that is perfect. It's telling us, add your food. Let's flip our lid open. Nice sear. So it'll be very interesting during this cook to see, and should get some degree of cooking on the top, on the non-grill side, but we'll probably give that, so it's set for 15 minutes. We probably should increase the time just so it doesn't turn off. So let's see how you do that. So we'll just go with 22 minutes just for fun. And we'll give it 5 or 7 minutes on that one side and we'll give it a flip. All right, 6 minutes into the cook. Just starting, and I don't even know if you'll pick it up, Jamie, on the camera, to get a minuscule amount of smoke, like not even tangible. I also noticed a little bit of splatter on the glass here, and I'm pretty impressed with how the outside of the chicken is already cooking quite nicely, actually. So let's give these a flip. Oh, no stick at all.
Nice grill marks.
Nice grill marks. Okay, so we're only 13 minutes into the cook here, and I'm quite impressed with how these look. And because I've never cooked, oh, that one got away from me. Because I've never cooked on this before, I want to just throw a temperature probe in it and just see, you know, where we're at as far as the internal temp. 165 is always the target, so it's showing 178. So to me, that's done. And I suspect this one, which is slightly smaller, that they're both done. So 2 grilled chicken breasts in 13 minutes, I gotta say, I'm impressed with that. They have these style grates, which I understand is, you know, the design of them, but kind of a pain to clean and to dry, to have to go through every one. So we're gonna throw that on there and let's go back to grill. So we're gonna go with that L5 again. Let's give that chicken a try. It's been sitting for probably 10 or 15 minutes, resting, which is always a good thing. So have a look at that. Super, super nice. Still hot, you can see the steam rolling out of it still. Oh, wow. Super moist, super juicy, cooked absolutely perfect. All right, our grill is ready. In hindsight, I should have timed it just to share with you how long it took to preheat, but I'm gonna estimate about 8 minutes to get it to temp. And of course, the unit was completely cooled off because we cleaned everything up. So open up that lid. We got a nice steak here that we're gonna throw on. And I'm gonna cook that just like I would normally cook it on my barbecue to see and I'm gonna do roughly 3.5 minutes per side. All right, so time to give it a flip. So I'm gonna move it locations just to try to kind of unique looking grill marks just because of the shape of that grill, which is kind of cool. So we'll give that another 3.5 minutes. We'll take it, we'll let it rest. So while we're cooking our steak here, I wanted to talk about, this is the air fry tray. It's the one that I talked about that had very, very small handles. Obviously, even with big meat hooks like mine, you could grab a hold of this, but if you've got oven mitts on, it makes it very challenging. They have the rubberized coating edges here, which is nice not to damage the coating on your inside. The downside to this, 100% for sure, is this is not a basket that you could take, but the downside is, how are you gonna shake up those fries to mix them up? Every other air fryer, grill, whatever that we had a basket that went inside. You know, you take it, give it a flip, give it a toss, whatever. You're not doing that with this. So as much as I think so far, this has proven to be a really good grill. And we did air fry those jalapeno poppers, and we're gonna air fry some wings. The downside is that even with the wings, we're gonna have to use a pair of tongs, get in there and turn every single wing versus just being able to shake them up with a basket. So I just wanted to talk about that. All right, so total, roughly about a 7-minute cook on that steak. Actually looks really nice. I'm aiming for medium rare. Based on the feel of it, I would say I'm pretty much there. I am gonna tent it, which I do like to do, and let it rest. Gordon Ramsay always says that you should rest your meat for as long as it took to cook it. So I've always thought that was kind of interesting. But we're gonna keep the grill going here, and I'm gonna grab a couple frozen burgers and some jumbo dogs, and we're gonna put them right on the grill right away. Couple jumbo Costco dogs and some pre-made Costco burger patties. So let's get those on. Whoa, lost the handle there. There we go. Let's give those some time. Now we're gonna see if we're gonna get a mess and on this glass, and we should also see what the smoke factor is gonna be like as well. So I just gave the dogs a quick flip, and we'll see. Not gonna be easy. Oh, there we go. So the burgers aren't quite nowhere near being ready, but the dogs obviously will cook a lot faster. All right, so we're about 5 minutes into the cook on the burgers and the dogs, so that means that this is rested for 5 or 6 minutes. So let's cut into this and see how it looks. So to me, perfect medium rare, maybe a little bit closer to the rare side, which I'm totally fine with. Now let's see if it has that, as they call it, charcoal taste, which I can't see how that's even possible. Char grilled flavor, sorry, yes, char, thank you, Jamie. Wow, it's fantastic. Really good. All right, roughly 8 minutes in, let's have a look. I think the dogs are probably pretty, yeah, I think they're done. I think the cook on them actually looks really nice. Very barbecue-esque. Let's give these burgers a flip. Definitely think that those need to go a little bit longer. So other than the initial smoke when we open the lid and then flip and the grease that sits on top of the burger, you could definitely see we're getting some mess on the glass, which I think could easily be wiped off, but virtually no smoke whatsoever here. Okay, so we're 11 minutes on the burgers are left there. Starting to get a little bit of smoke. I would say they're probably very close, so I'm going to cut through this dog. Very simplistic settings here. Toppings, ketchup, mustard. Still hot, let's try it. As I'm chewing, I'm looking at the box for this. Does it have the true charred grilled flavor without the smoke? I don't know, this is really close to a barbecue hot dog, let's be honest. Like, it looks pretty awesome. And it's got that kind of like texture on the outside when you bite into it. I'm impressed. All right, I think those burgers look awesome. We'll give them a few minutes to cool down. We'll dress one and we'll try it. So the cutaway to me, and we've had this discussion on the show before, in Canada, we cook our burgers through. I know our friends in the States tend to do sort of on the more medium rare side on hamburgers. We don't roll that way in Canada. So for us, this is a perfect cook. Let's try it. Very good. So here's my 2 cents. I don't think anybody would be able to tell that that's not a barbecued hot dog. Nobody. I would put that up against any barbecued hot dog. The hamburger's good. As good as this is, it doesn't taste like a charred grilled hamburger. But the dog, nobody, and leave a comment because I'm sure people will contest this. Nobody would be able to tell the difference between that hot dog and a barbecued hot dog. But this is a good burger for an indoor grilled burger. So while this is still hot, I'm gonna just take a piece of paper towel and just sort of quickly, now this is not obviously the level of deep clean, but you can see that a good amount of it, while it's still warm, is just sort of sliding off. I don't know over time, and time will tell, how that glass is gonna hold up. We're gonna let this cool down because as you can see, it's ripping hot, and then we're gonna air fry some wings. Okay, so sometimes in the average kitchen, mistakes are made. I'm gonna fall on the sword on this one. I thought I had wings here, and I don't. So we're into basically wrapping the video and talking about a couple things. One thing I wanted to show you we didn't talk about, in the side here, there's a little drawer that opens up, and there is an oil reservoir that collects oil. So from the video that we did today, not too bad. Let's talk about a few things. What are the pros with this product? I think the price point's really good. I think it's very quiet, and I think it's very fast. I was very impressed with how long it took to cook those chicken breasts. The steak turned out perfect. The chicken turned out perfect. The burgers and the dog, really, really, really good. What are the cons? The overall cooking space is a little on the smaller side. 4 burgers max, maybe that's suitable. Maybe you gotta do it in 2 waves, but it's a little bit on the smaller side. The glass is a huge bonus. I did give it a little bit of wipe, so it's a little smeary, but you can still see through it. Time will tell and see how long that obviously stays clean. So really at the end of the day, if you're buying this as an air fryer, I wouldn't buy this product if you're using it solely as an air fryer. Only the biggest reason is because of the basket aspect. There are a lot of other products out there that are better air fryers. Now, if you're buying this as an indoor grill, I would highly recommend it. Probably my favorite of all the indoor grill videos that we've done and product reviews we've done, this is the one I like the most. I found it very quick and efficient. I love the see-through glass to be able to see how your food is progressing. Really, really enjoyed it. The other stuff, we've talked about this in videos before, the dehydrate aspect or whatever, I don't know, like, are you buying this because you want to dehydrate, or would you just buy a dehydrator? I don't know. Dehydrate seems to be, it's almost like my arch nemesis, where they always just throw it in, you know, so they could say it's a 6-in-1, 7-in-1, 10-in-1, whatever. So if you're buying this as an indoor grill, it's a fantastic product. If you're buying it solely for the reason of air frying, I'd probably look at another product. That's our video. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.